I was standing next to him, but it hits me. Okay. Thank you, Geekroom, for the $7 tit. Yeah, this fucking game is stupid. I'm sorry. This is the dumbest thing in the whole game. This is actually dumber than when I had no ink ribbons and shit. And I was trying to run through the whole precinct earlier today, because at least that was my fault. This is just stupidity. Whoa, well. Geekroom had to be $7, said easy. Geekroom was going to be the top tipper of the night, but PlanetJeff just tipped me $200 and says, Phil, you're absolutely right. I've been a prior subscriber, but I've been using the Amazon Prime free sub thing, and it doesn't auto resub, sadly. Aww. And since my wife passed last summer, this life has been hectic. Still, hope this helps. Game on. Thank you, PlanetJeff. And yeah, you know, I'm really sorry to hear that. I know I actually talked to PlanetJeff about this last year, so really sorry about everything, man. But I hope things are going better for you now. But thank you very much for that contribution. Let's get you up on the leaderboard there. Obviously, you're the top tipper of the night.
Over the years, it's been speculated on who this person, PlanetJeff, is. Well, he's been one of Phil's most consistent contributors and whales for probably the better part of over a decade. But it's always been a mystery of who this man is, and if the original information that was posted up on Kiwi Farms is even correct. Well, today, I've got something for you. An exclusive. Something that's coming hot off the presses of Gaptopia.net. And we're going to show you that the real PlanetJeff does actually exist. From 2015 on through 2018, PlanetJeff was seen posting in the DSP forums, either about Flight Simulator, various stream improvements, other far-fetched ideas that he had for Phil to be a better entertainer overall. He even goes as far as stretching out and saying one day he would like to meet Phil in person. Now we know that's never going to happen, but this guy's been wailing out on Phil for many years now. And you'll see in just a moment that he's been contributing to Phil's Patreon since at least 2015. And I want you to pay special attention to the profile picture shown here in his Patreon page. As that Muppet is burned into your brain, I want you to see some Ask the King questions from number 70, where Jeff was proud to have 2 questions read off by Phil. And the first question is really funny because it pertains a little more to what's happening today, and the second one, well, it gives a little more information on where Jeff lives.
Let us begin with questions for Ask the King. Sound good? So we're starting with forum questions. This, in particular, we're starting with a patron. And by the way, it's important to know, if you pledge to my Patreon, $20 or more, you're guaranteed to get your question answered on the next episode of Ask the King. In particular, this month, for whatever reason, only one person had a couple questions who was a patron who they wanted to ask them. So we're going to get to those first. But if you want to be guaranteed to be on the show and get your questions answered in full, pledge to my Patreon. It's one of the perk level rewards. Okay? All right. So, number 1, guys. This is from PlanetJeff. He asks 2 questions, so let's jump right in. He says, Phil, is there a way you might be able to rearrange your setup so you don't have to turn away so much from the TV in order to view the chat? The main and only reason I asked, there have been some times I've noticed you missed something, and I'm sure you might have elicited some interesting commentary on it. There are other things that do get missed. When you were playing Bloodborne, I specifically remember you didn't see 2 treasure bug things because your eyes were turned away. All right. I guess what I should do before I answer this question is elaborate on my setup. I have one of the most probably elaborate setups of anyone who streams, so allow me to explain. All right, another question from PlanetJeff. He says, do you have any good walking paths in your immediate neighborhood? I live in a Phoenix suburb. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have much to offer, especially during our brutal summertime. For many months here, it's strictly get as fast from one air conditioned cool place to another. Well,
so now we know where PlanetJeff lives. Phoenix, Arizona. At least a suburb. Here's a list of suburbs, by the way, of Phoenix, Arizona. Lovely part of the country, by the way. Now that we know where PlanetJeff lives, well, what else do we know about the guy? Well, he has a dog named Scotch that he told Phil about when he gave him $1,000 for the 2K cat reveal. One of the biggest things was at the beginning of this video, that PlanetJeff's wife has passed away. According to the information that we previously understood, that PlanetJeff's wife was very much alive and living in Utah with his Mormon family. Well, but what if that isn't the real PlanetJeff? When you start digging for the name PlanetJeff, as one might be curious to learn out more information about one of Phil's biggest pay piggies, you'll end up on a political threaded forum website, in which a profile name by the PlanetJeff, who is a male and lives in Mesa, Arizona. Remember, that's one of the suburbs. He attended Arizona State University and is a software engineer, which probably means that he has money to burn. Now, we know that Jeff is a Patreon of Phil, as you can see in his profile pic once again, but he's also a guy who enjoys to tip Phil. He tips Phil big amounts of money, and well, there is his PayPal account, @PlanetJeff. Well, now that they got a name, people ended up finding a Facebook attached to the name. And if you look in the Facebook, he's got an intro where he shows you that he's an actor, and he attended Arizona State University, and he lives in Mesa. So I think we've got a hit. Digging through his Facebook will give you actor screenshots and various other fun things that Jeff has done in his life, but it will also show you that he has a dog named Scotch. That's the exact same dog that he talked to Phil about. Oh, and that Muppet from earlier for the profile pic of his Patreon, well, it was a profile pic for his own Facebook. This Jeff has also lived in Germany, just like political side Jeff from earlier that we talked about. Isn't that strange? The last key thing for PlanetJeff, and nailing down this PlanetJeff as the PlanetJeff we all know and love, is the fact, is his wife dead or not? Sadly, it is true. PlanetJeff's wife is dead. Yes, this Facebook man does have a wife who passed away. It is now without a doubt in my mind that we do have the information about one of Phil's biggest pay pigs in the past decade or so, if not even longer. Now, what will happen with this information being out there? Who knows? And if you'd like to see that information, go ahead and check out Goutopia.net. Just let me know what you think about this PlanetJeff theory that we have now. Otherwise, have a good one. I'll see you next time with another video.